What are we doing?
Coffee breath. More like hockey breath. We're watching hockey again.
That's right.
Are you a hockey fan or just when it's the finals?
Just right now.
Me too.
I've never had a team.
Yeah.
I've never worn one of a hockey jersey before.
Me neither.
And
I did.
I think it's too late to start, you know?
Yeah, I did in school. I had an Avalanche jersey and a Dallas Stars jersey, and they were huge, so you looked ridiculous. But my pants were huge too. I kind of looked like a little kid, like with adult clothes on, because my clothes were way too big. It looked like I got shrunk. And
Yeah.
so
Well, I think they're supposed to be big, aren't they?
But yeah, because you got all those pads under. But then you just wear them to school, and you just look like a crazy person.
You're like, player, you're wearing an XXL, and you're fucking 7 years old.
Yeah. It was the style at the time. Look at this dork behind the girl. She's pretty hot. He looks like Andrew Cuomo.
He looks like he got punched in the nose.
Yeah, he looks like.
And does he dye that gray into to make it look everything? Or does he dye the
so.
black and is like, let me keep this gray?
I think he's going gray.
Yeah.
But
Boosh,
Florida.
look at him, broke his stick.
God damn.
That's a hit. Yeah, my brother was asking me when I saw him the other day. He was like, what's your teams? I was like, I don't have teams. He's like, you have to have a team. And I don't know if that's true or not. Back in the day, I might have been like, oh, I like Chicago Bulls. And I did buy a Scottie Pippen jersey. But that was pretty much the only thing I've ever bought that was. But again, that was 30 years ago. You know?
Yeah, I don't care about. I always just want the team that's losing to win.
The underdog.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's how I feel.
Well, you know what I don't get is this right here. Like
What?
how they put the puck back in play. And then, if one flinches or something, they're like, oh, nope, get out of here.
Oh, yeah, and they send the guy away.
Yeah.
Like, all right, go to your room. Get another guy in here.
I don't
You
get
can't handle this. Yeah, it's weird. Like, you fuck it up. They're like, all right, you flinch.
And I try to figure it out, why? And I'm like, did someone, what goes wrong? I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, but, oh, well. Yeah, but we're just watching because basketball's not on. We did a basketball talk.
We did some hoop talk.
And now we're
That
doing
was fun. Hockey talk.
Hockey talk. So,
were you in Houston or something? Visiting your family?
Went to go see them and hung out and ate some fried chicken.
Yeah, you had a lot of fried chicken.
Chinese fried chicken, General Tso's, and then I had some mango. What's your mango habanero boneless wings? It was basically just chicken nuggets. What's your favorite wing sauce? Not dipping sauce, but sauce that it's juiced up and marinated in, I guess.
Probably like barbecue or buffalo. That's my go-tos.
Really? I would think of you as lemon pepper.
Hot rub. Yeah, I like a lemon pepper.
You look like a lemon pepper.
But I like them spicy. Spicy wings.
I like a good I like when I have to go.
Yeah, I don't like them too hot. Well, sometimes I like it. I need a big glass of milk.
You're a milk guy. You look like a lemon. Do you dip?
I've been crushing milk.
Do you dip the wing in the milk?
No,
Okay.
gross.
You're not a psycho.
No, you just have to have the milk to relieve the.
How far do you think you could get on hot wings?
Not far.
Me either.
Dude, in college, I went to Pluckers with a buddy, and it was like if you ate 25 of the hottest wings they had, they're fine again. You could get your Polaroid on the wall of flame. And he took on that challenge, but if you don't, you got to pay for it. So he's like, I'm broke. We were like freshmen. He's like, I got to do this. And he liked it hot, and he smiled the whole time and just ate 25 of these. And he had the sauce all over his face. And after I ate my wings, I was like, well, I'm just going to have one just to see what it tastes like. And it ruined everything. I had one, and I was like, I want to die. I want to leave. I was pissed.
Yeah.
It hurt. It was that painful. I was like, get me out of here. I was like furious. I was like, how are you eating these? He's like, I like them. They're good. I'm like, this is like torture.
This is nuts.
And he finished it, and they took his picture, and he ended up on the wall of flames.
Did he throw up afterwards, or did he keep it down?
He loved it.
Wow.
He wanted more.
Some people it is a high. I think people get it.
Yeah. Do you like spicy food?
I like spicy food, but I don't like it to a point where I'm hiccuping and hurting.
It's painful.
Yeah, I know it's I know I'm gone too spicy, but I just keep hiccuping. I'm just like, and I can't. This one time I went to the sushi place with my ex-girlfriend, and they had this suicide roll, and so we got 3 different rolls, and we're like, oh, let's do the suicide roll, and they put this dab of how many what is it called, Scovilles or what's that thing?
Yeah, Scoville rating or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And so I think there's one called
Heat
the
index.
bomb or something out there. It was hotter than that, and it was like 3,500 or more. I don't remember if it was 35,000 Scovilles or whatever it's called. And it's just hidden. They dab it in a hidden roll, and so one of those sushis has it. And my ex-girlfriend at the time, she's like, I don't even. She goes, I want to try one, and that's it. And I want you to eat the rest because I don't want to get that.
She should have waited till you got the spicy one.
Right, but it could have been like, who knows, the last one, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, all right. And so it came down to like 3 or 4 because we had one, and then like I had one or she had one. So there's 4 left. And I was like, all right, I bet it's this one, you know, and I'll try it. And so I finally got to it.
Oh, you got the spicy.
And I ate it. And oh my gosh, dude, the sushi guy started laughing at me because I was red. And he's like, ha, 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 motherfucker does sushi bomb. And I'm sitting over there.
That's how he said it?
No, it's just,
yeah.
when I looked back, it felt like he was saying that. But I was crying, dude. It was so hot. I was sweating. I was hiccuping. Everybody in the sushi place was looking at me. I had to go to the bathroom, and I would had to blow my nose. I had to put water. I was like, it was almost like a panic attack. I was like, holy shit, that's hot.
Yeah.
And
God damn. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, it was insane. It was just
and
one of those
there's nothing
things.
you can do. You can't get away from it.
No. And I could literally feel that sushi roll going down my esophagus. And I was like, I could track it outside my body. I was like, yep, it's here now. Because it was so fucking hot. It was burning my insides.
Was it a painful crap?
No, luckily it wasn't. Because right afterwards, there was some ice cream place that we went to, like Clusters or something. And
you
I
cooled it down.
immediately got a fucking ice cream because it was so hot.
And the cream probably neutralized the...
Yeah.
Yeah. I never liked spicy. Well, when I was like 3, I still remember it. I was like old enough to make memories. And we were at a restaurant, and like I was little, so there's a bottle of Tabasco on the table. And, the bottle's like that big. When you're 3, it looks huge. And I just liked the way it looked because it was red with a cool label.
And they haven't changed it, and it's still a baller look.
Yeah, it looks cool. And I grabbed it, and I remember that's the last thing I remember grabbing it. And apparently my mom said they turned away, and I had like popped the cap off and just started like licking it and pouring it in my mouth, and they're like, no, and it's too late, and I blacked out because I remember grabbing it and looking at it, and then I remember being in the hospital.
How old were you?
I was like 3 or 4.
That's pretty young for Tabasco.
On like a road trip, yeah. But I drank so much, and it shocked me so much, and it was too late, and I just passed out from the heat. Whoa. And they took me to like urgent care, and I was fine, obviously, but. Man, these guys fight a lot.
They do, but they're not letting them fight, which has really pissed me off.
Yeah, usually they let them fight and duke it out because they got the gloves on, so it's like boxing kind of. Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at that the other day. I was at my parents' and I bought a new Tabasco thing, and I pulled it out of its package. I was like, "This is the same packaging it's been for the last how many years?"
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same like 3 ingredients. It's like salt and vinegar or whatever. Like, there's only 3 ingredients. I don't know.
Isn't it like an Irish company, like McElhaney or something? Right?
Is it? Because that's
not Mexican. I thought it was a Spanish thing. Like, no, it's like a.
It's legit.
Yeah, I guess it's good. I don't like spicy shit. So, like, my whole life I never liked spicy because of that incident. And I thought I hate spicy. And then I was like 30, like 10 years ago. Okay. And we were like in Orange County at Christmas. And they're like, oh, let's get Indian food. Oh, wait, Matt doesn't like spicy food. Forget it. I'm like, no, I'll try it. I loved it. There's Callie. She likes any food. The cat. I don't think you've ever seen her on screen.
She's hanging out.
She's here. She's hanging. Callie, you want a mic? You want to get on the pod? Uh-oh. There she is.
You want to say anything?
Yeah. I think she's got dementia. She'll probably start
meowing. Do you like spicy food, Callie?
I don't know if she likes spicy.
So what you're saying? You were going to...
Oh, like went to an Indian food place, and I loved it. I was like, this is great.
Dude, Indian food rules.
It does. Uh-oh. She gone.
That's enough. She said I'm out.
Yeah, it rules. And I wrote it off because I was like, oh, it's spicy. I don't like spicy. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm an adult. I'm sure I can. And I got medium spicy, which was like incredibly spicy. But I got out of there and I felt like I was like on a rush. And we saw a movie. I was like, it just wakes you. It's like, whoo, it gets you going.
That curry.
That curry will get you in a hurry. I tell you what. And the crap is but you come out of there sweating and like you can feel your pores opening in your sinuses. And
dude, we went to this Indian restaurant and the fresh baked naan. Is it naan? The bread?
Naan?
So it was naan, and then like they brought us like these Taj Mahal beers that were like 22 ounces, and it was delicious. It was like a nice crisp lager.
Taj Mahal?
Yeah, it was called Taj Mahal. It's such a cool beer. And then the other one was called Kingfisher. So Kingfisher and Taj Mahal are the beers that they had. And so I remember going there with my family. We were just like eating hot Indian food and drinking Taj Mahal beer and Kingfisher. And the combination of the naan, the curry, and the beer, I left there in a high. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, the food gets you. Dude, they use all those spices there because of like what do you call it, like sanitize or to like make it. Don't the spices keep the meat from going bad?
Probably keeps it from like also cleans off like any type of parasites that might cling onto the meat. Yeah.
I wonder how it does that. It's just spices.
But what is this? Isn't like a lot of turmeric and like
people used to like die they'd have war for spices, which seems like the funniest. Like, well, we slaughtered 80 men, but we got the spices.
Yeah.
Same thing with God, we got a barrel of cumin. I just took this guy's tongue out of his throat for a ship full of paprika. Here you are, my liege. You can make deviled eggs now.
Could you imagine slicing someone's throat over just from like some oregano?
Yeah. Oh, a lot of oregano. But yeah, I guess that was, again, like I get like salt. You got paid in salt, right? That's why it was like a salary. Man, Carolina is really coming back. They were playing like a bunch of pussies for the last
They probably got a spanking.
4 games. They must have got a spank, and Dad came home with the belt off.
They're like, we better play right.
That sounds like a Theo Vaughn thing. I bet their dad came home with the belt off. You know when Dad comes home with the belt off, dude?
And you know it's time?
And it's spank 30, brother. It's crazy, dog. Like, why would they do that? To do a Theo Vaughn podcast, you just got to say nonsense. It sounds normal and then doesn't make any sense.
Like start off going nowhere and then wrap it up.
Yeah, and your dad would be like mad at you because your lips were all wet, and he'd be like, "Dry off your lips before dinner," and you would, but then you forgot you got that slip and slide tongue in there for summertime, with that sun tea your mom would make in the backyard and that little pitcher outside, and you got your slip and slide tongue just licking up all the tea out there. And you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, like all right, hillbilly.
I wish you'd address that thing where you like choked that guy out because. Again, like, that guy was being annoying to him, I guess, but it's like, it seems like an overreaction. It really makes you look like a douchebag.
Look, here we go.
Uh-oh, another fight, just like Theo. And yeah, I wish you'd address it, but oh well.
Probably won't. Look, there's choking.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, they're choking. Oh, here's what I don't get.
Pulling a Theo.
They know that they're going to get broken up by the refs. They know they're going to have to keep playing the game. What are we doing?
The clock stops, too. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so stupid. Like, you hit me. It's like, I hit you. This is the whole game, fellas. You're going to be hitting each other. No, shoot. Fuck you. Oh, that was egregious. And now the other guy's got to come and...
Look at ref. He's like, I'm in it.
And then the ref's got to throw in there, and the ref's getting jammed. It's kind of funny.
That's what I'm saying. These refs have to be kind of tough, too.
Oh.
Because the pucks be flying. And then they have to break up these boys, They
get popped in the head by an elbow. And
they have
pads? God damn it. I
guess they do have pads on. Look.
Yeah.
Still. Some rough boys.
It's kind of a funny job, though. Like, you're getting ready for work. Honey, have you seen my skates?
Yeah. You see my pads?
They're in the car, Dan. All right. Honey, where are my skates? I have to go to work. This is serious.
Did you sharpen them?
Need my skates for work. I have to skate all night. Comes home. He's like, whew. Puts the helmet on the hat rack.
He's like, my lower body is tired, but my upper body's fine. It's like you're basically using your whole legs and hips for however long this is. You got to be tired.
Oh, it's got to be exhausted. Yeah, the refs don't get
here we go with the nonsense who gets the puck kind of.
Yeah, this is just this has no...
See? Look, what happened
All right, you're a bad boy.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Now we got to get a new guy in here for some reason. I don't know why.
And then how's
all right,
it
go to your room. Go to your room. You get your brother in here. Yeah.
Get the belt.
It's weird.
Hey, when did yoga pants become a thing? I was thinking about that. I was like, why?
20 years ago? 10 years ago?
So it was in the 2000s then.
It's got to be probably in the 2010s, right?
Because you think you look at old like workout videos, aerobic videos of women wearing like leotards and like stuff like that.
One onesie leotard with the...
And that was hot.
I guess. Like the Jane Fonda video with the little leg warmer things, little muffs on their ankles, whatever, the little ankle muffs.
Oh, that was close.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think
because you didn't see him. Well, I didn't think
until like
now it's just such a thing. And it's been a thing of course, but like I just don't remember it. Like when did it actually become such a thing? Like, or has it always been a thing?
I don't know. Maybe since like 2014. I feel like since Lululemon got popular. I don't know. I think I had a theory about this. Like, there's a yoga class, and all the hot, sexy girls come out, and they're all sweaty and glistening in their yoga stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're all like, "Oh, we better go home and take a shower." And then one of them's like, "You know what? I mean, the store's right by my house. I'm just gonna grab the stuff from the store like this." And they're like, "Sarah, like, you got like, we can see your like sweaty ass crack, and you're like covered in sweat." And she's like, "I don't even care. Like, I just really want a kumquat or whatever hot girls eat, you know." And then like she just went to the store like that, and everyone was like, "God," you know, and
yeah.
And then girls are like, "Fuck it, I guess I'll just go." And then they got all this attention.
Go! Oh, was it? No,
I thought it was too. You can never tell if you score in hockey, too. It happens so quick. You got to watch this.
And then a girl saw the girl setting the trend, and she was like,
"Oh, we can do that." Like, there's one Rosa Parks of yoga pants. Well, I mean, not like that. Like, that was like nobody was stopping her. You know, everyone was psyched about it. But it was like other girls might shame. Like, I don't know, like, who does she think she is? But then like, then it was like totally normalized, and then girls are walking around in their underwear basically.
Now it's
great.
Yeah,
I love it. It's just summer. It's great.
Well, it's just like our neighbor that was out there, and she was wearing like the biker short yoga pants. What are those called? Biker shorts? There's biker shorts.
Yoga shorts? I don't know.
I guess yoga. I guess anything can be yoga. If you're wearing a Speedo or a thong, it's like
just tight, colorful shorts.
Yeah, be like, this is my yoga underwear.
Did you ever do yoga?
Yeah. Dude, I used to go to the one in Denton.
Right. I went to that one a couple times. I went to that one right when I moved there.
But then, like, you would get those smelly people that would come in that just, like, smoked a cig beforehand, and they ate, like, a cheeseburger. No. And they were, like, 300 pounds, and you smell onions. Dude. There were some of them that come in.
Who are these guys doing yoga?
There were a couple of girls that would do. Oh,
there's a goal. Uh-oh. Wow, Carolina keeping the series alive. They would just crush onions, cheeseburgers.
Dude, it smelled like it, Carolina.
Because like when you start doing the yoga, it comes out of your pores.
Yeah,
sweat.
Especially if you're in a hot yoga class, you know?
Oh, yeah.
If you're in a hot yoga class and then you smell everything and then you hear some farts, like, that's weird. Like, whoa. But then it's like, I don't know, you could just smell things. It just smells in a yoga, like, studio. And why do yoga people always walk around barefoot? It's like, is this just a thing that comes with territory?
Studio?
No, outside? Just outside in general.
They do?
Well, even at the wellness clinics that I've managed and stuff like that, like I could tell when a yoga person come in or an instructor, because they'd be like a little bit too comfortable and they just like walk around barefoot, and it's like, okay, are you taking those off?
No, sorry, keep talking. I'm just getting them out untangled. So they walk around barefoot even in the wellness center?
Dude, yeah. It's like they're too comfortable and they're like okay with just stinking up the place or whatever. Just kind of smell like patchouli. And
yeah, I never understood that. You know what bothers me? You see the guy in Austin that's like a white guy with like dreads, and he's like really tan because he lives in the park, but he's like not homeless, but he like kind of just has a bike and a bag and camps out. Yeah, and he's like a nice guy, but he's like super like, you know, like freak and dumpster diving guy, and they always walk around like everywhere, but like sidewalk barefoot, and their feet are just filthy, and they. Like, I don't believe in shoes. I'm like, to play, there's like glass and like.
My mom always scared us.
That guy, it's like, all right, come on.
My mom would always tell us, like, don't like walk barefoot outside because you'll get worms.
Yeah.
And I thought we would always get like a parasite or worms. I'm like, and these players are walking around like the streets of Austin.
Yeah, with like glass and.
You know what I'm saying? That's gross.
And there's broken glass everywhere, like, and just little pieces of metal and shit, and like, I don't know. I'd be like.
Unless their feet are just now like so calloused over with like they're like ape feet, you know.
Yeah, that's cool, I guess, but then you got to throw on shoes to go in a store.
Dude, Teabag used to our friend, we have a friend named
Teabag.
And not because of the reasons why you might think that we call him Teabag.
No, it's just his first name starts with T, so it's Teabag.
But he used to walk around Denton
without
barefoot, yeah. And like it'd be 95 degrees and he'd be out there walking around barefoot. I'd be coming home and be like, Teabag, what are you doing, player? And he'd be stretched out. And his dirty ass feet would be hanging up on the edge of the couch. I'd come in, I'd just see the bottom of his feet. I was like, all darknesses. I was like, it was like as brown as his couch. I was like, how could you walk around barefoot? Like,
and you get in the shower and it's just like, ugh. He never like stepped on anything or hurt his feet?
Oh, no. We'll ask him.
I remember, he he was my roommate when I was 21. I was like a junior in college. I think junior and senior year he was my roommate. Maybe just senior year. So I was like 21, 22. And he had the room right next to me, and he loved to like wake up early. Like he was only taking a couple classes, so he had like a lot of free time. So like I'd wake up and be like 10 a.m. on a Saturday, and he's like 24 or 25, I guess. He's a little older than me. But, in our early 20s, and he's just sitting on the couch, but he would, like, be sitting in, like, wearing nothing but a T-shirt and, like, a little towel. Sometimes not even a T-shirt, just a towel. But the only towel he had was real little, and he was, like, 6 feet tall. So he had this towel that was, like, only covered this much, and he would be sitting there, like, watching Futurama, eating cereal. And he'd be, like, cross-legged and be like, and just with, like, basically his whole leg showing, like he's trying to seduce me like that. Yeah. And he had this tiniest towel. It was like a joke. I'm like, I'll get you another towel. He's like, no, I like this towel.
Like, that's a hand towel.
Yeah, and then I would come like sit on the other side of the couch and start smoking weed and watching Futurama. And he'd finish his cereal, and he'd inevitably just like keep looking over and be like, may I? And I'm like, yeah, just hit it. Could you put on some pants? He's like, I will. Like, if you're uncomfortable, I'm like, I'm not. I mean, I don't care. It's just, come on, man. Like, hairy.
You're showing brain.
Super hairy legs are probably, yeah. He's crazy hairy legs. And
yeah. You don't want to live with a guy and just see constant hairy legs.
I always felt I had very womanly legs. I remember
Well, you're showing them off now to the camera.
I know.
There they are, world.
Trying to indulge.
You got like a tan line, bro.
I know.
Look at that.
I'm trying to tan my thigh, but I feel like a weirdo when I pull up my bathing suit to show my white thigh. I feel like a creep.
You should.
I know. But
who cares? Think how many schmoes are out there, like, just basking in their gravy,
Yeah, I had I was in a band, and
what was the band name?
Called Driving Blind. Very unique name. Very generic.
Was anybody blind in the band?
No, I don't know. I thought it was a cool Driving Blind. I don't know. I thought it was whatever. And I was sitting in the back seat of a car with my friend Robert, and he was like, graduated. He was out of high school. He was like 19. I was like 18. And I was like sitting like this or something with like short shorts on, or sitting like this. And he was like, damn, man, you got like girly thighs. And then like he kept looking at me. He's like, you got like hot lady legs. I was like, shut up. And then I like looked out the window. I looked out the window, and he just like jokingly like grabbed my thigh. And I was like, Robert from Mira. No, but he just did it as a joke. I was like, cut it out. He's like, you got girl legs. It's hilarious.
You do have long,
feminine,
slender,
womanly legs. Yeah,
legs.
Now we're gonna get a whole new audience of leg creeps.
I think there's an audience for everything.
Just for the feet thing was a joke, and all these guys that liked us wearing socks. That was just a one time. We're not gonna be a.
Or was it?
No. I mean. There's one person that was like, show your socks more. And we were like, all right.
Well, Matt, they want to know your shoe size. 13? You're 13. 12? 13,
it depends
12.
on the shoe, 13 to 15. I don't want to indulge the feet.
Ooh.
No, the feet guys, you're very nice. And thank you for watching.
What they say.
And I have no judgment. If you like feet, hey, feet are cool, but we're not like trying to cater to a foot only audience, if that makes sense.
Do you like
I feel like we have a big net. We have a big umbrella. I'm open to the feet enthusiasts. I don't want to, you know what I mean? But I don't. I want everyone else to know it's like it's not all feet all the time, right?
Does that make sense? It's feet and legs.
No, yeah, now it's a foot and legs. No, we're not like sex guys or anything. We're not trying to make I don't know, like a.
As Matt sips his cranberry juice.
A fetishy, nothing, not there's anything wrong with that. I don't want to say,
Anything can be a fetish, though. Like hand fetish, like,
sure,
short
but I just
fetish,
didn't want to, like,
tan line fetish.
Like, someone, on one episode, someone's like, I liked your socks, show more sock stuff, and we just totally dove in. I don't want people to think you can just write one comment, and we'll just end up wearing.
Yes, we will.
Furry costumes or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Because, what if it goes to, like, hey, wear leather daddy stuff next time, and then you and I are just...
With, like, me holding your chains back.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Yeah. And I got a GIMP mask on. We got to, like, have a word to talk and, like...
That'd be tight.
Pouring hot wax all over each other. We're not doing that. I'm not trying to give anybody ideas. But, this is just a comedy
Yeah, that's for
Bro,
those
it's just
paying viewers. Yeah.
Yeah, let's show us the money first. We can be bought. I mean, we can, I'm not working right now,
That's right.
but if you really want to see that stuff, let's talk turkey, But
Speaking of turkey, we were talking cameos earlier.
Cameo, yeah.
Is that what they're called? Cameo?
Yeah.
Freaking William Montgomery does them. Like, so many people do them.
Oh, yeah, it's smart.
It's insane. Hey, if y'all want a Coffee Breath cameo.
Coffee Breath Cameo. I'll show you my feet. I'm not even wearing socks. I'm wearing sandals this time. So if you want some feet stuff, I don't know if I'd be. I don't know. They're showing this. Didn't you say you met a lady up at your parents' place?
Right. No, so, I was working out. I was getting my pump on. I went to go visit my family. I usually go to this one Planet Fitness that's closer to their house, and it said power outage, go to this other Planet Fitness. I was like, all right, it's only a few miles down the street. And I went there and I was like, wow, this Planet Fitness is way better. High ceilings, huge, dude. Like double the size of the one that you and I go to.
It's pretty close.
Like triple the size.
It was close to.
Yeah, the one in Houston or the Woodlands area. And so I was like, all right. So I was doing my push-pull day, as I do. I looked over and I saw this beautiful girl. Beautiful. Like, I just saw her and I was like, oh, my gosh. Like, immediately I was, oh, my gosh. Curly hair put up in a ponytail, sports bra, and biker yoga shorts, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And glasses. And so I looked at her and I was like, oh, wow. Went about my business, whatever, worked out, came back. She's on the stair stepper. And I see her, I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm talking to like
how tall? What are the dimensions here? Give us specifics.
We're talking like 5'2", thick, tan, thick in all the right places.
Thick shorty.
Huh?
A thick shorty.
Yes, a thick shawty.
White, Hispanic.
Probably Italian.
Ooh, ponytail, black hair, brown hair.
Brown hair.
Ponytail or?
It was up in a ponytail, curly.
Nice. Oh, you love the curly hair.
Yep.
And so she's.
And so I'm walking to the bathroom.
Big old booties, big old boobs.
Bro, perfect. Like if she was at the pool, you'd be like, oh my gosh.
Everything's just hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah. And I'm like, how is this girl not being looked at more than she is?
How old is she, you think?
Ooh, probably late 20s. Yeah.
Okay.
And so anyways, I was leaving and I was like, okay, I'm going to walk past her on the stair stepper. I'm just going to look up at her and see what she does. Yeah. So I'm walking. And I look up, and she's staring at me, and she smiles super big, and I smile super big. I was like, okay, I was like, decent. And then I went to the bathroom to wash my hands because that place is dirty. And then I come out, and I see her, like, putting her shirt on. Because she
putting her shirt on?
Yeah, because she was wearing a sports bra.
Oh,
so
man.
she was putting her shirt over.
Yeah.
So she was about to leave. I was like, I'm going to dry my hands off real quick at this towel station.
Yeah.
See where she's
going. You got to time it out right.
And then I did.
To leave at the same time is very strategic.
Yeah. And so I'm like, and that's why I'm a backpack, so I can do my fumbling where I'm like killing time.
Oh, yeah.
And
busy work.
Yeah. And so she's walking out, and I was like, okay, I have to say something. And I never approach women. I never really talk.
You were a notoriously loner.
Yeah. And so this time I was like, I have to say something. We're walking out at the same time. I go, hey.
Was she in front of you or behind you?
In front of me. Yeah.
Okay.
I go, hey. And she looks. I go, what's your name? And she goes,
good one.
She goes, Gwen. She goes, is your name Sean? I go, close. I said, my name's Seth. And she goes, it feels like I've seen you before I know you. And I was like, decent. And then so we're talking.
She thought you were Sean.
Yeah, but that's close enough to my name for not even knowing me and saying like, "Hey, aren't you Sean?" Feels like I've seen you or know you before. Or like
that's close. Close Seth,
enough.
Sean, one syllable S name.
S-E.
Right.
For
Oh, you're thinking scene, the way they spell Sean, like S-E-A-N.
Or S-E. Yeah.
There's the right way with the W, and then or U S-H-A-U-N S-H-A-W, and then the weird name scene, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway,
but
so she says, "Oh, do I know you?"
Yeah, and I go, "Do you live around here?" Or like, "Are you from here?" I go, "Are you from here?" She goes, "Yeah, I grew up in Conroe." Blah blah blah. I work downtown. I was like, "That's cool." She goes, "What about you?" I said, "Right now I live in Austin, but I come down and visit my family." And she was wearing glasses. I go, "Are you nearsighted or farsighted?" She goes, "Actually, I don't know. I haven't been asked that question for a long time. I haven't thought about it." And she was laughing because it was just random.
She doesn't know if she's nearsighted or farsighted?
That's what I said. I was like, how do you not know this? From a person that both of us wear glasses. I know from day one.
Yeah.
In 6th grade, I was like,
you can't forget.
Nearsighted. you know. But anyways, I was like, you dumb, and I walked away. No, and I go, and everything that she was wearing was matching, and everything that I was wearing was matching.
Whoa!
So she was wearing like.
Did you explain to her how to know the difference between near side and far side, or no? Like, take off your glasses if you can see far, then you're far side.
I should have.
If you can't see anything up close, or you can't see anything far away, then you're near side. Anyway.
That's weird, though. Who doesn't know that? If you're wearing glasses out to the gym, like, you should know, be like, oh, I can't see.
Right.
This has to be, or my prescription is whatever.
So, wait, what? She didn't answer you when you were like, or she was like, I don't know if I'm near side or far side, and you were just like, oh, hey, we're both matching? Or, I mean,
no, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh.
I just kind of played it off.
Yeah.
I go, it's nice to see someone so well put together and matching as my. I said, look at us. She was wearing blue Converse with like these light blue socks with these light blue biker shorts with the Sublime shirt that was blue and the sun was light blue. Her sports bra was this light blue. She had a Celsius can that was blue. It was like Celsius blue. Everything was matching about her. And I was like, this
I
woman,
like that. Yeah,
it was perfect. And then
and you were matching.
I was matching, but I didn't. But it was different kind of matching. But yeah, and her name's Gwen. Gwen, if you're out there, what's up? You left an imprint on your boy.
Left a hole in my heart.
And
so you didn't get her number or Instagram or anything?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
I didn't. I shook her hand twice, and she goes, "Seth, it was so nice to talk to you." And I talked, and like I was pulling away, and she like even held it a little bit longer. And I was like, and my finger drug under her hand. It was like this very like sweet thing, and I was like, "That's it."
Why didn't you just?
And I sat in the car, and I was so upset with myself. But I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'll go visit my family again.
You will. You'll see her again.
Gym, and if
go
I
to the
see
gym
her
a lot.
again,
You will.
Then there's.
There you go.
And then it was left at a good conversation. It was left at a good point. It was
and she left her thinking about you, and then she'll be like, wow, I didn't even ask for my Instagram. That's crazy.
And the next time if I see her, I say, Gwen, what's up?
There you go. You're right. Maybe you just broke the...
Yeah.
You don't be too forward. You want to, let her,
My brother, he goes, you fumbled the bag. I was like, I did it a little bit. But again, I didn't want to be too much pressure. And there's also times where I think, I'm like, hey, if this is actually supposed to happen, I will come back to this gym. Maybe she'll be here.
She'll probably go every day now. But
the thing is,
and you go to the gym a lot anyway, so this then more incentive to go when you're there.
Right.
Yeah, you'll definitely see her again.
But you know what was nice about this whole thing, and I tell this story not because of like, hey, I came across this beautiful woman. It was nice to know that it was like, hey, it's nice to have that feeling of when you go out, you have no idea who you're going to come across. Or who you might see, if it might be like a future girlfriend or a friend or something like that. But finding a girl that sees you and you see them and you smile back at each other and you look at this person and you're like, this is someone I want to know. And I had to approach. If I didn't approach, I would have been so upset with myself. But me knowing her name now and just having that little conversation, I'm so much happier that I went forward instead of going back home and be like, oh, I wish I said something.
You did say something.
That's right.
And you broke and you made the intro. And here's the thing. You could always, if you really were curious, you could do that thing of look her up on Instagram, but you'll just see her again.
Yeah, but it's like, you know how hard it would be just typing Gwen? You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be hard.
And trying to find someone.
You could probably find her. There's probably a lot of Gwens.
Dude, yeah. Have you ever met a Gwen? I haven't. That's why I was
that's the first Gwen.
Back. Yeah.
Only Gwen Stefani. I've never met her. That's a cool name, too.
It is.
Gwen.
I even sat there thinking about it, and I sat in the car for like a good 10 minutes. I was just like, whoa.
You're like, Gwen Hughes. But, you'll never get married.
But you were talking about earlier, and I brought it up because you were like, how do you even approach one? Because we're talking about the pool. We're talking about like.
Yeah, I just don't want to bother them. I don't know what to say, anything. Like, hey.
Does the same thing go for men who like men or like women who like women, where it'd be like, do you know how to approach a woman since you are a woman?
Oh, like you know if you're gay? Yeah, I don't know.
Comment if you know.
Yeah, you're right. You're like, because you know how the other team thinks. Like, I don't know how women think at all. I mean, I'm never going to be a woman, so I don't know. I try to put I don't know, I just think they're like more sensitive and nicer than us. I don't know.
Like, do you approach with caution, or do you approach with care, or do you approach with...
Or do you got to be... I feel like girls, at least on the dating apps or whatever, they're like, you can't just be like, hey... You got to be like, you got to say something interesting about, you got to hook into something interesting that they said to show that you read the profile. You can't be vague. How's your day going? They hate that.
Yeah.
And you got to like, my thing is like, if you want to meet a girl on a dating app, at least, I don't know about real life, But if you want to meet a girl on a dating app, you got to make plans with. It's like a kidnapping. Like you have 48 hours to make contact, or else you're never going to see this person again. It's like you got to make a specific time and a place, and you got to be firm about it and be like, "This is where we're meeting. Okay, this is what we're doing tomorrow night. Okay, 8 o'clock, confirm." Because if you don't do that, they're like, if you text them back and forth, I've had this happen a lot. Like, what are we doing here, pal? And I'm like, I was trying to get to know you. It's like, we got to know each other enough. What's
the longest, like, could you delete all your
women
dating
get
apps
mad
right
at
now?
you? Huh?
Could you go at, like, could you delete all your dating apps right now? Like,
Yeah.
what's the longest you could go without getting on a dating app?
Well, I got nothing going on, so I guess I'm bored. That's why I'm on them. But they don't really work that good, and I don't know. I guess it's just like gambling. Like it's just like a slot machine. Like the thrill of, getting a match is more than actually
That's dopamine, brother.
meeting the person. It's almost like someone validating you. Like, see,
That's exactly what it is.
and then you don't even have to meet them. It's like that's almost enough to be But you do want to meet. Sometimes you match with people, and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? And you're like, I can't believe I swiped right on this person. And then sometimes you're like, I hope they're real. Usually, they're not if they hit you up right away and they like start talking to you like, hey, how are you? And then if they have like a space too many spaces between their punctuation, that's a bot, I've realized.
What's up with that typical like Asian woman that's like way too white?
Yes, there's a bunch of those. And they look like they have big eyes and they're like super pale and they're always in like Europe or some skyscraper. And they're always like say weird stuff like, what do you want? To fall in love with my love indefinitely or something. And like,
that's weird.
And, yeah. And they're so obviously fake. Yeah. It's like, they're way too white. They're super white. They're like pale, translucent Asian women. I guess they're Japanese or something, but I don't know.
There's something.
The one I see a lot too is like, I don't live here. I'm in Russia. I'm in Singapore. I'm in the Philippines.
Trying to get that green card.
And it's like, what kind of idiot? I guess there's a lot. Would be like, yeah, I'll take a risk and spend $10,000 to get you over here, and like then you can clearly just leave me. Or it's crazy. Like
that
I don't
happens,
think
though.
I'd rather be alone. I guess I'm lucky that I don't. You hear that way too. Like I don't mind being alone because like it doesn't. Like I guess the difference between me and like an incel is that I'm not mad about it. Like incels are mad about it. They're like, I can't get pussy and it fucking pisses me off. But I'm like, I've gotten ladies. I've been there. I know what I'm. You know what I mean?
But you're not like American Splendor.
That guy? Oh, I guess a little bit, but like I'll take the first woman that'll have me. No, not like Harvey Picar that much, but like
that was a great movie.
It is good. We watched it. Yeah. I don't know. Like I guess it's just I don't mind being alone. I'd like to have a lady, but it doesn't make me mad. I'm pretty happy. Like I would never get mad at women for not dating me. It's like you should be mad at yourself for not upping your, because like every time I've been alone, it's like I wonder why I'm alone. It's like, well, you're not working on yourself. Like who would want to be with you? Probably you don't even want to be with you. Why would some nice lady want to be with a guy that doesn't even want to be around himself? So nice ladies, but yeah, like you get a lot of ladies when you want them. And then when you don't, you just turn it off like a faucet. You're like, well, done with the ladies.
But this is the thing. Me being off dating apps and meeting that one girl, that was what I like. That is what's...
it forced you to make... Because you had no other choice. You had to talk to her.
And that, to me, it's like boosh.
Real.
Connection.
Yeah.
Real. Like, this is how our grandparents did it. This is like... By just looking at a person and then you catch a smile, and I caught it twice, and I was like, I have to say something.
It's a lot stronger.
But that's like... I would say if you have a girl that looks at you and she smiles at you, she gives you a legit smile, like, and does it again, or you catch it again, and you're walking out in your same place, you might as well just say something. Even if it's commenting, be like, hey, I like how you're matching, how everything that you're wearing is matching.
Yeah, you got to say anything, I guess. But see, you got the prerequisite smile, which is basically the first thing of, Jesus Christ, guys just throwing each other over. Looks kind of fun. No, but you got the go-ahead of the eye contact smile, which is basically permission to approach. You've been cleared for boarding.
Boarding.
Yeah. Bing, boom. Yeah, that's the smile. Like, all right, hey, group, get in here, So, but if she like, just didn't give you any look and just completely, then you're like, oh, I got nothing to.
Then I wouldn't have said anything to her.
I was going to Planet Fitness a couple weeks ago, And it was like late, like 8:39. I couldn't sleep, and this is when they were closing at like 10. I think they're 24 hours now. But I was like, I'm just gonna get a quick workout. And it was like 8:45, something like that. And I pull in, and then like a lady, like middle-aged lady my age, pulls in near me, and we're both getting out of the car, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm like she's pretty cute, like, but my age, like gettable. I feel like not like out of my league, like. And she's wearing the tight yoga pants. She has the roundest butt. I was just like, don't look at her butt, but it was like
white girl,
yeah, white lady, and again probably like 40 or something, but kept that butt tight. And then we're both coming in at the same time, but I'm behind her, so she does the thing. She's got to hold the door a little. Yeah, you don't have to, but it's like I'm right behind you. You hold the door, and I do the right thing. Oh, thanks so much, and then you got to do it right again. There's 2 doors. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks again.
That's when you go, you got this one.
Yeah. But then you get the eye contact. You get a nice little thanks so much. We're both stuck at the thing. And then I go do my workout, and she does the Stairmaster the whole time. And I'm like, oh, that's 45 minutes of Stairmaster. Just different iterations of like super slow grinding.
Yeah, to
just
the
straight
side.
Up. And then, backward. It's kind of hot. And then she's doing the backward Stairmaster. I'm like, and then everything to get her butt, and then like one leg, and then the other, and then these stretches. Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's what it takes to keep a butt like that when you're like 40. Like big but tight. I was like, I love you so much. But yeah, she was like my age. I was like, this lady's great. And then, of course, like, you just don't want to be. And then I'm like, when's she ever going to leave? And I did my whole workout, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get out of here. Because, like, I never got any, like, no eye contact. I never made any kind of, like, when I walked by, there's no smile. Not like I was trying, but, like, no, like, thing of like, oh, she looking at me, I got none of that. So I just said, yeah, just leave her alone. I don't want to. Just the thought of being a creep, even by accident. Wait,
there was
is the worst fear. You don't want to be thought of as a.
But you had a nice interaction at the front, right?
Yeah. But it was just real quick, like, oh, thanks so much, thanks so much. Like just being nice. You have to say so. You don't have to, but it's like, yeah, just say something. But yeah, she's really. So now I'm thinking like maybe if I think it was a Wednesday. Like I was thinking maybe if I go there again tonight, she'll be there, and then you'll see him again. But then it's like she got the headphones in. She got those big ones like these. She got the big, which is almost like just such a sign of like, don't talk to me. I'm here for the Stairmaster. And she probably's got a dude. I always assume any decent looking lady's got a guy.
I don't know if there's a girl at a gym and the dude's not with them.
Really?
Like why? To me,
you're right.
Anytime that I was telling my girlfriend, like, hey, I'm going to the gym, she's like, cool, can I go with you? And anytime she was like, hey, I'm going to the gym, I'd be like, cool, can I go with you?
Yeah.
Just because it's like a buddy, and it's also just like, yeah, if you're going, I'm going anyways, what's up? But if you're going to the gym alone, like if you're at the gym alone,
single.
You're probably single. This girl was definitely single.
Yeah.
And so was the one that I talked to. Because you're there, you're basically in your underwear.
Yeah, you're both in your underwear,
and
sweating.
And this girl was on the stair steppers. Your girl was on the stair steppers.
Yeah, they love it.
And you're just being up there for every eye level to the hinds.
Yeah, they're like literally on a pedestal.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? At the Planet Fitness, on every location that I've ever been, they always put the stair stepper right outside the men's freaking.
They do. Yeah, it's the first thing you see.
And that's the one that was in Conroe, where I'm like, oh, this is.
You think they do that on purpose?
Totally.
To keep you.
Totally, dude. It's like immediately when we come out, it's like, oh, did you forget about this? And then
it does make you stay longer.
Yeah, that's why.
You just have to keep going to get water, and then you turn around and you walk. I gotta walk back.
I think too, if they come work out next to you, that's a sign.
Oh, that's a huge sign.
I guess this applies to all.
Has that ever happened to you? A girl come work out next to you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. In this apartment complex, she was Russian and she was older than me, but she was hot, and she just was like. I could tell she was looking at me. Then she came over right next to me, and then she had to say something. And I would be outside on top of the apartment complex, and she would come out and talk to me. She would give me a hug. She would put her braless boobies, like, give me a hug when I was sitting there. I think
you told me that.
Yeah, dude. And it was, but yeah, gyms, that's why you're like, why do you think it's better than a bar? It's way better than a bar.
Yeah.
And people are actually, like, working on themselves physically besides doing the totally opposite. And
yeah,
you're seeing
your
them
pheromones
like,
going.
Yeah, you see them sweaty, and they're wearing yoga pants and stuff like that. And then if you're like, what a better place to meet someone and be like, hey, you're bettering yourself, I'm bettering myself, we're both at the gym. Guess what? We probably would.
Yeah.
This would be fun if we were both naked.
Yeah.
You know, so
And then you already know how they look half naked, and they know how you look, so there's
exactly.
no surprises.
You're already exposing.
And they already know you're like kind of like a healthy-ish dude.
Yeah.
Dude, is this... You know what's crazy? If Carolina wins and comes back from a... Like, Florida was just pounding them.
Is this 7 games?
I think so. It's got to be. But because if Florida wins this one, it's definitely over, I think.
But I think
yeah.
No matter your
I got to go to the gym more.
Preference, I bet it's the same for everybody. I bet girls look at girls and they smile, and gay guys look at gay guys and they like have to have a look or something.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You have to have a cue.
Yeah, there's some cue.
You know.
Well, like when you're at the gym or at a bar, like if a girl starts talking to me or like makes eye contact or smiles or like just says anything, I know I'm in. Like, I know I'm in there. Like just because you get it right, and then like, yeah, and it's just kind of fighting again. Kulikov.
Bunch of bearded bullies.
They all look the same. Every hockey player looks like they copied one.
Yep.
Burly white guy. But yeah, like you know when you're being ushered in by the tractor beam. I can't do the tractor beam. Yeah, there it is.
Tractor beam sucked me in.
Yeah. Yeah. Tractor beam. So yeah, you feel that energy, definitely like
Dude, they know. Women pick up on it. You think like, okay, we see women and we think of them in a certain light and frequency and vibration. They can pick up more on us than we can on them. So they know more about how we're carrying ourselves probably than we will ever know about ourselves, just based on their like the way that a woman is more in tune with their spirituality, their emotional.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, because they don't see us how we see them. Not at all.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They might see like, oh, this person's attractive, but I guarantee you they can pick up on more things than we can on them. Like seeing a guy and they're like, oh, this guy's sad, or this guy has a look in his eye, or this guy looks vulnerable, or this guy looks pathetic.
Maybe they have to be more on edge, and because they got to be like, are you a murderer? Are you a rapist? Are you a creep?
And are you
going to kill me? So I think they got to be like have that super sensitive.
Yeah, and I think they're more in touch with vibrations, nature, universe, everything else, because it's like Mother Earth, mothers, women in general, like they pick up on certain things that men don't pick up.
We're connected to nature.
Yeah, but we're on a different...
can't have babies or something? I mean, is that why you think? Because they have the eggs and... Yeah, I guess, and I don't know. I guess, yeah.
You carry
life in you and...
There's something there. I could be totally wrong, but I don't know. What do I know? I'm a dude.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up. You don't know anything.
Playing a dude.
Straight white man in America. Yeah. You just need to shut up and listen, Seth. Your time is up. I know you really never knew it started, but it's up. It's over, pal. Actually, it's...
I wonder if someone would see this and they'd be like, this is toxic masculinity.
No. We're just joking. I don't care.
No, I'm being as a joke, too. Like,
I wonder if there's... I don't give a fuck. With like, shut up, white men. I'm like, all right. I don't care. I didn't know I was talking. I didn't
even know you were listening.
Like, let us do it for a change. And it's like, all right. And then, all those people started talking. They're like, oh, you're just as full of shit as
I think
all the
we're pretty good.
I think every person on the planet is full of shit. And that's the problem when you prop yourself as any group up and it's like, it's our turn, whatever it is. And it's like, we're going to take control. But it's like, you're going to be corrupted and end up just like no one ever maintains pure when they have like money and power. And, it's going to corrupt every group. If you can start out great and then inevitably you get too big and powerful. And then it just happens. Like, some people take money off the top and skim and steal, and then it all falls apart because you start backstabbing each other. And, and then you get dumb white guys again, and, then you get hockey. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then it's going to go back and forth, which is how it should be, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have a podcast. We are two straight middle-aged white guys. We should probably just shut up. We've talked enough.
Yeah, but luckily 100% of our viewers are male. So
100% are gay men.
We don't know if they're gay.
Well, they didn't know till now too. If you're a guy watching this, you're gay. Sorry, pal. Them's the dice. No, sorry, bud. You didn't know it, but you're gay. No. It might be straight. There's probably a lot of straight guys.
I would say it's a good half.
It's all straight white men. No.
I would say it's good 50-50.
Yeah, I think it's. Who knows? I kind of like to wonder.
You think gay guys want to listen to straight white guys talk?
I don't know. Maybe.
Or they'd be like, "Oh, let's see what these straight white guys have to say," and
it's kind of like
they're like, "Oh, this is boring," or they're like, "Oh, this is interesting." They're not talking about whatever gay guys normally talk about. Which
I think I don't know. I think it'd be. I think I think as a I don't know. I would imagine that it's a power play. I was like, why do these guys have the puck so much? But I imagine if you're a gay dude and you got
here we're fighting again.
A straight white guy to, I don't know, it's like
change
the
teams.
ultimate get, right? It's like the fantasy of like, I met the straight white guy and we got a little drunk and then one thing led to another. It was awesome because he fucks like a straight guy, so you just get in there. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. You ever gone to a gay bar?
No, I went to, it was, remember in Denton they had like 90s night or something like that?
Yeah.
And they had I forgot which bar it was. What was that bar behind everything? That was still in the square.
Rubber gloves?
Huh?
Rubber gloves?
No, not rubber gloves. It was a
boiler room?
Maybe the boiler room?
The one that was downstairs?
Yeah.
I like that
There was another one. Not Hooligan. Hooligans was no, that was more of a frat bar. Was that called Hooligans? Remember that?
I don't know.
But anyways,
Maybe.
It was like 90s night or something like that. And I remember it was like, a bunch of gay guys. And
Sweet.
But also girls too, gay girls. And I remember I went there with my girlfriend at the time, and I just remember a gay guy, I guess he was gay, came up behind me and just grabbed a handful of my ass and just walked away. And I was like,
wow.
Whoa. And I was like, all right. And I turned around and he just looked at me and smiled and walked out the door. And I was like, what the hell?
All right.
And I was like, all right,
got assaulted.
That was a guy grabbing my butt. But that was, I think that was the only time I went to some type of gay thing.
Yeah, it's I was really trying to get with this chick I met at a party when we were like 21, and I had known her as a freshman. We were in the same dorm, kind of casual, whatever. But then I saw her at this party when we were like 21. She's looking like really good. I was like, dang. And somehow I got her info at the party, got her number or something, and it was just like a house party. And then she's like, me and my friend Dave, we're going to go to this bar if you want to go to this club. I was like, hell yeah, anything, So he like took the bus, so we didn't have to drive, we're downtown. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm with this girl, I'm with this dude, this is awesome. And we go to Oil Can Harry's. It was like on 4th Street. It was a gay bar. I was like, okay, cool. And so, this was like 2004, and I was 21. So you're a little like, this is the time when it was still like cool, but, it wasn't as awesome as it is now, or as it was awesome. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people are a little more skittish about it. It wasn't, because gay culture is so ubiquitous now, it's almost, you don't even think about it. But at this time, it was like, this is the gay street with the gay, So you're just, it was just, you're aware of it. You're like,
more of a thing.
It was more of a thing of like, not a bunch of straight guys were going to gay. Now I think it's, who cares? But at this time, but you had to have, but if you're a straight guy going to the gay bar, you usually have a chaperone, like a lady or a gay dude that's your buddy.
Yeah.
Kind of. And it was weird. I went in, and it was like a club, neon lights, smoke, whatever music. And and just people dressed, to the night, whatever. And it's just a club. And I'm waiting to get a drink, and I'm kind of realizing nobody's like talking to me or hitting on me at all. And and it's kind of like, I thought I'd get a little. And then I get to the bar, and the bartender's like, yeah, what do you want? And I was just like, he was like, let me guess, do you want a Lone Star? And I was like, yes. And he's like, in a shot? And I was like, how'd you know that? He was like, I don't know. Every straight guy that comes in here, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I haven't even spoke. All I said was, yeah. I was like, how do you know I'm straight? And he's like, well, you are, aren't you? I was like, well, yeah, but I mean, it's not written on my forehead. He's like, oh, just the way you dress, khakis and, button up shirt. I don't know. He was like, I don't mean it. He was like, here's your drink. I was like, cool. I'm curious. And I was like, that's crazy. He's like, do you think everyone knows I'm straight? He's like, oh yeah. I was like, not even like a question of it.
That's amazing.
It was incredible because you'd think someone would be like, maybe, and nobody hit on me or nothing. We just danced all night. And it was funny though, because I was like dancing with
gay
this girl.
guys really have gaydar, you think then?
Yeah. I mean, well, they got straight dar.
Straight dar.
I mean, I guess, I guess everybody does. You kind of always know, right? A little bit.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Do you know? Do you know when a guy's gay? You're like,
yeah,
this guy's gay.
I feel like it's pretty obvious.
Well, there's some
right?
people that aren't like very out about it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I guess I know when it's like it's two dudes holding hands and
Well, of course.
a couple. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, 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 I guess I don't know. Sometimes I know.
Uh-oh. There's a goal.
There we go. Is this game gonna get interesting? Yeah, but I remember we were dancing. I was like, this is cool. I'm talking to this girl, and this guy David's cool, and we're having fun. And they just had these huge TVs, but they were playing just hardcore, like gay porn,
Whoa.
like hardcore gay sex, and like some of it wasn't that hardcore. It was just dudes getting like a lot of soap and suds and washing each other off, and then some screens were just hardcore, and I was like, whoa, like hello, like huge screens, yeah, of just dudes fucking. I was like, wow, that's cool. And then I remember there was like these dudes that, Dave was like, oh, these are my friends. And there's two guys, and they were like kind of like big dudes. Not like bears, but like big, strong guys. But not like, they're just kind of like, almost like frat guys. Like they were huge and kind of intimidating looking. And they didn't seem, I was like, are these straight guys? Because they didn't seem to be there with anyone. They were just talking to each other. But like, I think they were like coked up or something because they were so like aggro and like, what's up, dude? But I was like, I feel like these are the gay guys that are just, they're definitely not bottoms. You know what I mean? Like they seem very like masculine, aggressive dudes. Like I was almost like a little intimidated by them just because they're just like, yeah, they're like, yeah.
What is it? Was it Harold and Kumar's like, ain't nothing gay about getting your dick sucked? What does he say? Do you know what I'm talking about? When it comes, it's the fat guard, and he comes in, he's like, time for a meatball sandwich or something like that. Oh man,
Meatball sandwich.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, ain't nothing gay about getting your dick sucked. You the one gay for sucking my dick.
I guess not. Yeah, it's kind of like.
Well, there's Harold and Kumar. I think it's
masculine thing you can do.
I guess, yeah.
I think. I don't know. Yeah, I remember one time I was in West Texas. I lived in Midland. It was like 10 years ago, or like 8 or 10 years ago, and or 9 or 10 years ago or something. I'm going to turn this down. And I was at this bar downtown, and then my buddy was like, a friend of mine was having a party. He's like a rich guy. He's like having a party at his apartment downtown. It was like this nice loft. And I was like, oh, sweet. And he was like, oh, they're going to have, to keep the party going, stuff and things and something that people would want to come over for after a bar. Yeah, like, all right, Saturday, nothing to do, West Texas. Hey, it's a bunch of rich oil guys and whatever, and people and maybe and ladies, so I'm like, all right. So we go to this party, and it's cool, and we get in, and it's a buddy's place, and they got food out and drinks and other stuff, like help yourself, blah, blah. And like right when I get in, the guy that opens the door is like this guy that's huge. He kind of looked like Michael Chiklis from The Shield, and he had wide eyes, and he's bald, and his eyes were like wired up, and he's just like a big motherfucker. And he was like, who are you? And I was like, oh, I'm Matt. This is my buddy. We're friends of this dude. And he was like, I guess the party can start now. And I was like, yeah, the party animals are here. I was like, all right, let's get some party stuff. All right, let me get in there. But he's kind of saying it jokingly, whatever. And I was like, and he was like, turned out he was like a Florida State football player that had like, he was like 30 now, but he played like in college and almost gone pro. Just a mammoth dude. And they're like, oh, he's great. He can chug beer, whatever. That guy's fun. And so we're partying, it's going good, trying to talk to some girls. And then like I'm in the kitchen doing stuff, getting another drink, as you do. And about to go smoke a cigarette probably on the patio, and he just walks behind me and just smacks my ass like as hard as anybody has ever smacked my ass, to the point where I jumped. Like, and this guy's got hands like hockey mitts. This guy, and he smacked my, like, to the point where I'm like, geez, like, who the, like, it was, whoa, like that. Like, it jolted me. And I turn around, and he's like, that ass, and like laughing. He's like, I'm just fucking with it. I'm like, ha. Yeah, and kind of like that thing of like it would be something your friend like is like a prank, but then also it just had this sexual like I don't know this guy. Like if my friend had done it, I'd be like, "You're hilarious." But if a random dude does it, you're like, "Well, that's kind of a little forward. You don't know me. I could freak out on that's a little
Yeah.
Of course, I just took it because I'm what am I gonna? He's huge.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And I'm a big guy, but this guy's a big guy. This guy's like 300 pounds of muscle. Like, and well now he's got a little belly. He's kind of like look like a used car salesman. But whatever. I'm like, it's just I'm kind of like aware of this guy though. I'm kind of like keeping him in my orbit. Like I'm kind of when he moves here, I'm like trying to equal it out. Like the scales.
In the back in your head.
I'm keeping him on the other. I'm keeping him always like a satellite. Yeah.
In the back of your head, you're singing, "Don't touch me."
Yeah, I am. No. Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, and it was like that. So then I'm like, I'm not really aware of it, and I gotta piss. I go to the bathroom. I'm not like kind of drunk right now. It's like 3 a.m, like 3:30. It's getting there. And I just go into pee real quick. So I'm just going quick. And then like while I'm in there, I'm peeing. He just comes in the bathroom. I'm like, oh hey, sorry dude. I'm in. He was like, oh it's cool, and he just like closed the door behind him.
Whoa. And
now he's just standing there, and I can't stop peeing. And he's like, I'll wait, and he's just staring at my junk, and I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, says something about, are you uncircumcised or something? I'm like, yeah, sure am. Didn't really want you to know that.
Look at that or say
that. It's kind of my business, but now, I am. He was staring at my pee. The answer. Yes. So anyway, I finish. And then I'm like washing my hands, and he's kind of like not getting out of it. I'm like, it's all yours. So I'm trying to like squeeze by him. And he's like, hold on. And I was like, and he said something like, are you having fun at the party or something? And I was like, yeah, I'm having a good time. And then he like puts his hand on my shoulder, and he's like rubbing my shoulder and shit. And like, I don't know, like look him in the eyes a lot. And I keep I can't look him in the eye. I'm just like, this is how they get you. And I'm just like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, it's a crazy party. I really got to get out of here, man. And then he like lets me go. But like, it kind of felt like, dude, this guy could just have his way with me. I mean, and there's like a lot of people at the party. I'm sure not, but it was definitely a moment of like, and the rest of the night I was just like, I think I got out of the bathroom and I told my friend, I was like, we get out of here. I'm just going to dip. Yeah. I'm like, I'm kind of done with this party. He was like, I didn't tell him what happened. I was like, it was kind of, but all turned out fine. No, nothing happened.
That's good.
But that's the price you pay for
going to these parties.
Party. Yeah. Like if people are like, here's free drugs, here's free this, it's like, oh, wow,
well, you're going to get all walks of life there. Some good, some bad, some scary, some great, but it's like.
And this guy was like drinking. He was like and I don't think he was like out. I think he was like in the closet because like nobody really said, oh, that dude's gay or anything. He never brought it up. But I think it was like, I don't know, simmering right there into the surface, like because he probably grew up in Florida. So he probably grew up in the 90s or late
the
80s.
gayest state there is, Florida, because it looks like a schlong.
Yeah, but I just felt like he probably didn't grow up in the most, and probably hid it, and maybe even from himself. But it felt that energy of like, no, it's just a party guy. I love to party with the bros, but it's very like, I know that it definitely felt like this is a. And again, the dude that there's like a bunch of cool gay dudes there that were friends of mine. That's how we like got in the and it was cool and they were chill. But this guy was like a huge football player, dude. So it was like a different type of energy. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
there's aggressive too
because they were just like executives. Like they were just guys.
You know what you felt? Probably what every woman has ever felt.
Right.
Is just like the scary thing of like being around.
Oh, this guy could
a bigger male or a bigger man or an aggressive man. Or whatever, and it's like, holy moly.
That's why you always want to. Maybe that's why I don't want to talk to ladies at all, because I don't want to be like associated with any kind.
You don't want to be that guy.
No, because you gotta like talk to them, obviously, if you want to meet somebody. But you never want to be seen as that guy. I'd rather just be alone, and that's kind of a whatever. There's got to be a middle ground. But I wish you could have a sign of like, hey, I don't assault women, and I never have, and I won't, and I've never hit any lady, and I won't. I wish you could just be like, here's my card, like. Look, it's clean record. You know what I mean? Like, I wish you could just tell them, like, don't worry. If you, if we get in an argument, I'm not going to throw any punches. Hands. I'm just going to use my words.
Monster energy. I don't.
Right. I'm not going to, because.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish you could tell them that. It's like, hey. But I think they can, like you said, women are super sensitive, right? They probably know.
I think they pick up on things.
Yeah.
I think they can tell. I think they know things. I think, they can tell if a man has been through the ringer or has a look in his eye or carries himself in a certain way.
Or good energy or...
Yeah, because I've come across girls that are just like, oh, you're darkness. Like, you have got
like
some dark energy.
Like, yeah. Like a brooding. Yeah. Like a...
Whereas you look at them and they're like, they look at you like they want to eat you. But also, like, they have this dark, like, succubus.
You ever seen a homeless I see a lot of homeless people with that, like the demon eyes. Just the, like, just permanent. I mean, I would be too, but just the, like... Just like angry, like mean mugging the world all day, just like fuck you.
Yeah, doing some cursing.
Just never had a smile, just pure. And I get it, like to wake up in hell. I don't know. I'm shocked, just like the guy out front, and we should get him in here. And I like my life is not great, and I think about like sometimes like, man, this kind of sucks. I wish it doesn't stay like this, or I'm gonna go crazy. And they wake up knowing it's going to be bad. Every day they wake up, like, even if they're dreaming, they wake up and back to reality, like, oh.
But the thing is,
time for another day in hell, here. Right?
It's all here, Matthew.
You think they're happy? Like, you think he's happy?
He could be. He could be. He could have might have been like a fucking accountant. He could, Jealous. He could have been like had all this miserable like.
Yeah, maybe he's like a rich guy,
what.
and
now he's like,
up.
I'm free. I get to smell in and out all day, every day.
Sitting
I don't
here,
have to pay on this
bouncing,
corner. Like people bring me food and shit. I get to yell at people. Like, you never know. And you think if you ever think that you have it bad, then you need to get out of your own ass and go do something else. Because
just go downtown and see some.
Yeah.
It's just like. Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, maybe you just get used to anything, but like just to have no hope. Every day you wake up and it's like, it's not going to be better. You're not going to have a better day. Like, I mean, maybe someone gives you like $20, but it's just
what if that's
not,
all you need for that day? And someone gave it to you. You're like, man, if all I need, they scored again.
Evening it up.
Now it's 3-2 now.
2-2, right?
Nope, Florida scored twice in a row.
Oh, shit. They already caught up. Dang,
they
dude.
made back-to-back goals. Crazy.
Oh, wow. We missed it. Darn.
I saw it. You were just talking.
Sorry. You've been...
No, I was watching the game
and
listening to you.
See, I was saying this earlier. Carolina's going to be so happy, and they're just going to be so sad just to lose it all.
Just goosh. Well, they're coming back.
I think Florida's a better team, obviously.
If you were to have one superpower, what would it be?
Flying.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Wait. That's a flying, bro. Fly anywhere? First
then
of
you
all,
gotta watch out for things if you fly, because you can't just fly and not hit a bird.
Well,
or bugs. Like you gotta be.
Okay, but I'm saying like, what you assume with the flying is you fly so fast, and you're like you can see you're not gonna hit a bird.
Like
you're
Superman fast.
Superman fast, and you're like Superman aware, where you can see the bird coming. You got good eyesight too to fly. But I'm saying you're not gonna have those problems like bugs and teeth hitting a bird or whatever. Let's just say you're flying so fast you got like a force field around you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they burn up all that stuff. And you can go to Europe in like 2 minutes or 1 minute. However fast you fly, fast. Maybe 10 minutes.
But it would have to come with the force field thing.
No, I'd fly and then you just brush your teeth when you get there and get the bugs out. But yeah, if you hit a bird, it would be like that show The Boys where it would just explode the bird. You wouldn't know till you like
stop.
You'd be like, oh shit, I'm covered in bird guts. But then you could go to Europe or whatever. Boom. Yeah, flight. Actually, you know what? I don't know about flight. Flight is cool. Obviously, be the ultimate flex with a chick to take her flying. I think that you could get any chick in.
Could you fly as fast with another person though?
Yeah.
Or would it just be like hovering?
I think you can fly just as fast. And that would be awesome for chicks because you could take them on a flight. And
what if she goes, heights scare me, I don't want to fly?
No, you don't want a chick like that. You want a chick that's cool, like into fly. Because, there's a lot of chicks you get by being able to fly that you couldn't get just being a regular guy. But you're like, I can fly. You'd be like, what? It's almost like having money. Like, no shit. Like, you fly.
See, that would be my superpower. Never.
What, having money?
Never worrying about money again.
That's a superpower? You can do that now.
No.
And homeboy over there has that superpower. The homeless guy, he's got that superpower. He doesn't worry about money. Oh, you know what? The other one I was thinking, teleport, so you could go into a bank and rob it and teleport right back out and always have money.
Well,
You know,
if you could teleport, you wouldn't have to like pay for travel.
Oh, that's true. You wouldn't need money because you could just like
you could just be like, I'm in Thailand,
and you could like teleport into like a sandwich shop and just grab a sandwich and then just like teleport out like a to-go order and just like boop, or like teleport into the store and grab all the stuff you need and then teleport out and not pay for it.
Be like, bread and cheese today. Boop,
yeah,
and then you're home.
You're like, I gotta go to the store. I'll be right back.
Like shit, I forgot some dark chocolate.
And you go back, and then they're about to get you and like, hey, here's the guy, and then you disappear. What are they gonna do? You didn't steal. I mean, you did, but actually you never left the store. They never saw you come in. They never saw you leave.
Yeah.
So it's really their word against yours. So
how fast can you pick it up and leave though?
Well, I mean, you teleport. Boom, you're in the store. You never even
do you have to run around the store, or can you teleport to the exact aisle you want to be on?
You can teleport to the exact aisle in the so you can go like boosh, like, disappear, boosh, disappear, boosh back. You forgot your prunes. Boosh back. You forgot dark chocolate. Boosh. Oh yeah, you need milk. Yeah, you disappear and reappear throughout the store, and you grab, and then what are they gonna do? Like, I mean, they could get mad at you and be like, Seth, God damn it! And like, sorry, I'm really broke this week, I promise I'll come in the door with money.
But the thing is, but it still sucks because you would still have to like live. If you didn't have to worry about money, I guess you can still live. But I'm saying like I want to live in a home, have a home, and not worry. Like I want to be able to travel and eat, and still have a place over my head.
So wait, your superpower would just be being rich?
To be rich, yeah, that's a superpower in
but
itself.
But that's a superpower you could totally gain, right?
I know. That's why I'm playing the lottery.
Well, you could work. I don't know how to make money. I never have. That's why I guess I'm living here with you.
Yeah, I question Bitcoin. I don't even get Bitcoin. I don't get the stock market.
I just never had
these things.
Yeah, I never had a job where, because I guess the goal is you go to college to get a degree to get a job to make money. Like my dad was like, engineers make money. I'm going to be an engineer, and I want a family, so I'm going to get a job that makes a good amount of money, so I can do that.
Dude, this can will be dripping.
Uh-oh. And then, but I never had the drive to like. I didn't really want a family, so I was like, I'll just go to film school, and that was a waste, and
Yeah,
and
but
then
you did stuff with the degree.
I did, but I never had a steady thing where I saved up enough money to go on real vacations or anything. I never had like a savings account with a ton of money in it. I've never like bought a house, which I probably should have by now. I'm 42.
But you don't have kids, so you don't need to really do those things. You don't really need to do. Who's putting that
but
pressure
most
on
guys.
You to do
I feel like
things?
most guys do that. They go to college, get a career,
our
and
listeners
a house.
Don't have a house that they own.
Well,
don't have like.
And maybe our listeners, but
that's what I'm saying. Half
people.
Of them.
Well, yeah, but I know a lot of guys. Most of my friends, except for you and Hoot, have. Well, Hoot's got a house. She's Annalise. So
and you got a girl.
Yeah, but most
Hoot be fucking on the rig.
Hoot's doing good. Yeah, but like a lot of guys I know are married or have kids or got a house and got a career and well, guys I used to know, now I don't hang out with them because they're they got lives. But like, what I mean? Like, and I'm jealous of that. But I never had a career where it's like this is solid, this is steady. You just do this, you'll make a lot of money. You can save up. I should have just done that, but I always thought that was really boring. But then it's like
it is boring.
Every job is boring.
That's not for everybody.
Every
And some
sucks.
people have their own ways of making money, and it's not like the cookie cutter way that the world and the government has laid out for us.
Yeah.
Like, get a job, get married, have this, do this. It's like for you and I and other people, they figure it out as they go, and they're like, oh, okay, now I start making these changes. Now I get into this field that I actually want to be in and start working towards a career. Because the thing I'm doing now and the thing that you were doing is just a job. It is just a job.
I just don't think I'll ever have a career.
Yeah, you never know. I don't
I don't have any skills.
No, you do.
But not career skills. Like
for what's career skills?
I don't
Coding?
know, like math or science.
Dude, that's bullshit.
I don't know.
That's
like,
who cares. And then you're what? Then you're being bored unless you really love that
like
subject.
that stuff. Yeah. Then you're like, I'm always envious of people that love math and science. Like those kids that. I mean, because then they just get psyched about work a little bit, right? Or like.
But then, how fun are those guys?
I don't think they can be fun. I'm about to see.
You think they can be fun?
I'm about to go to San Diego for my cousin's wedding. That whole side of the family is super science and smart guys.
About to hear some nerd talk, bruh.
I'm going in August.
Dude, that candle's wilding.
Yeah.
You see it?
Should we blow it out? It's getting a little. Yeah. I never use this candle. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. It's David or something. Again, I got it from the really hot Asian chick that.
I know. I just want to conserve. Have his head be burned.
Yeah, I do. I want to conserve.
I wonder if Yeah,
looks like
cool.
you got
became a
whacked
ginger
with a frying pan.
You do. Where were you at on this pod?
1 hour and 15 minutes.
Dang,
you can believe
son.
it.
Dang, son.
I don't know. We just been talking.
We're talking about a lot.
Hockey.
Good.
I feel
Hockey
bad for Carolina, dude.
I
Well, again, Florida's ahead 3-1. This is how it should.
Well, you know what? Be better.
Should go. Should we wrap it up? Should we stop talking?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Care? Yeah, it was fun.
I enjoyed it.
Had some moments. I'm cognizant of. I'm like, should we change the subject? Are we talking about this? Does anybody give a shit? But I don't want to make it. I don't want to force bits or anything.
We're not forcing.
If things bubble up, that's fine. If they don't, hey, sometimes you just talk with your bros. And if you're lonely, you can just. I do it all the time. If I'm feeling lonely, I just put on a podcast, and I feel like I'm listening to my friends talk, and I'm just not saying anything, but I'm in there with them. So if you're watching this and you're a lonely guy, which I bet there's a couple, you're not alone. You got us. Sorry we're not wearing socks this time.
I am.
That was a one-time thing. Sorry if you're really into that. We got a lot of, we're more than our feet. I know.
No, we're not.
I know some people are really into that, but we got a lot more going on. Like, our heads are up here. We got a lot of thoughts and and things to say,
Yeah.
So if you're just tuning in for the feet, that's fine, but we're more than our...
Are you going to... What about the palms? Do you like palms?
Yeah, my legs. I shouldn't show off my...
Do you like hands?
Shouldn't show off my sexy thighs again. I do have...
Can you dance?
Huh?
Can you dance?
I
Are
can
you a dancer?
Swing dance. I should learn how to two-step and go to Broken Spoke right across the street.
Do you need to get you some boots? You need to get you some like
a full country western makeover.
Well, just get you some boots and some like Wrangler jeans that are boot cut. Well, and then get you a pearl snap, which you already have.
I have.
And you know how to two-step, and you'd be all right.
Well, my buddy, we were driving past Broken Spoke, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like, if you want to get like easy women, go to Broken Spoke, man. Like, they're just like, if you want to get laid, like, just hang out with a cool chick, like a one-night stand, like, you can find them there, man. Like, ladies our age." And I was like, "Really?" But then here's the thing.
But then you see players scratching their nuts and balls and getting into.
Oh
the
yeah, I saw that guy. That was a one-time thing, I think. But yeah, little guy. But no, here's the thing. But then it's like, so it's like a $10 or $15 cover. So now the pressure is like, okay, I'm in here. I got to enjoy myself. I hate that about and I want to support the musicians because like live musicians, so the covers to pay them, right? So it's $10 or $15 cash. So now you're invested. Like, let's say you get in there, it's a bunch of old bags, and you're like, well, now I got to stay. Yeah, and have a beer and then tip on the beer. So it's like, you got to, I feel like, and then going alone, I don't know. It's like.
Do all they play is country music there?
Yeah, it's like country, western.
No, that's trash. Give me
It's good. I like it more as I get older. But and I knew how to dance, so like maybe I should just go and see what happens. Dress like code switch my outfit and just wear like jeans, pearl snap.
Why not?
And shoes. I don't even need the boots, and then just go. And I can walk there. And
why don't you?
I guess I should, but it's just the thing of you pay the cover, then you like now I feel obligated to stay, and I might go tonight maybe.
There you go. Wear those shoes that you brought out the other day.
Yeah, the dead guy's shoes. Hopefully they're not cursed, but no, they're brand new.
Shoes.
They're just shoes. You never,
who knows?
never wore them. But I went by there once.
All right, Matt's yawning. We gotta wrap this up.
Sorry, I went by there once, and there's a bunch of like hot middle-aged ladies like in the parking lot about to go in with those little boots and the little cowboy hat and their little jean skirts or whatever. And I was like, all right, like these, I see you, babe. I was kind of like, you know what? This is like an untapped market. But yeah, I've never really been into huge line dancing or swing dancing or no, I was swing dancing, but I took a two-stepping class, but then I forgot like how to do it. I kind of remember the gist, so maybe that's all I need because I mostly just want to dance to like talk to ladies.
Yeah,
it's a good social thing. But see, if you go every night, that's like
you're racking it up.
$10, $15 a night.
Well, you look who's going to be there, and then you look at their Instagram and see how many followers they have, and see if there's a bunch of women that follow them. And then you're like, all right, let me go on this night.
Because like it looks packed on it, but maybe like any Thursday or Friday night would probably be worth it.
That probably got hit.
Yeah, he's got blood all over his face. So maybe I should just go like on a Friday when I know it's going to be.
Yeah, up and popping.
It's
because that parking lot is always full.
You can't park. You got like people like park on the sidewalk and like half their tires like hanging off the like going. Yeah, it's nuts. So you got to like either walk or get a lift. Yeah, it's a tiny. And that place has been there forever. But I remember one night I was gonna go, and it was during ACL, and like the night before Dua Lipa came into our restaurant, she's looking mighty fine in person. You're like, God damn. And then the next night, it was a Saturday, I was thinking of going to Broken Spoke because right across the street, I was like, I should go. And I was like, I'm kind of tired. And I didn't. But had I gone, Dua Lipa was hanging out all night, dancing with people and doing Instagram. She dancing with these old guys that don't know who she is. And, they just think she's some hot British Albanian chick. And I could have.
You could have been
danced
dancing
with old Dua.
Well.
I don't know that song.
Is that her music?
I don't
think I've ever heard one of her songs.
If you want to, my sugar boo. I love you, baby. I'm levitating. Oh, that's Dua Lipa right there.
It's gross.
It's like Randy doing Lord. Yeah. I'm Dua Lipa. Oh, no, she's really hot, and though I'm kind of pissed because. So she had an album, I think it was called Future Nostalgia, and I thought that was very cool.
What, the name?
Yes. And then I remember I was watching Mr. Show, and they're like, and now another segment of Future Nostalgia. And I was like, she just totally lifted that from Mr. Show.
Of course. Everything's recycled.
I don't know if she knew that, though, because, like...
She probably did. Or someone that has seen that, or like, but again, how many times has that been said that we don't know about that she knows about?
But it was just so blatantly on like Mr. Show, like right. they're doing like a time capsule, and they're like, so another like something about future nostalgia, and is like got a huge. It's funny because it's like it is nostalgia, but it's going to be open in the future. That's what time cap future nostalgia, which is like two opposing things. That's why it's such a cool term, and I thought she was super smart, but she just totally ripped off Mr. Show.
She saw that on someone's post, or she saw a show, or she copied it from someone who copied it from someone. It all gets recycled and bullshit, and then people are like, Dua Lipa came up with this. No, she didn't.
But she is pretty hot in person. I just remember like she had a bunch of old hairy European guys around her with like the chains and like
I bet they have great conversations.
And the like the polo shirt that's a little too tight so their belly is like, and then that like gray chest hair popping out like just like tanned like Armani bullshit. I'm like, these guys stink.
Your kind of people, huh?
I don't know these guys. What do you mean?
Just kidding. Like, you've never hung out with anybody like that. I'm saying like it'd be funny if like those were like the people that you like to hang around with, because I know exactly who you're talking about.
They're just like greasy, like kind of arrogant European guys. Yeah, and like for some reason they're all like 40s and 50s, but they're hanging out with Dua Lipa. I guess they're like agents or producers or managers or I don't know.
Monies or knee slappers. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know how those guys. I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, well,
let's wrap it up.
End of the second, they're going to do an intermission. I guess we can just wrap it.
Yeah.
This is a good game though. I kind of hope Carolina comes back, but
end of second. End of hockey talk.
Hockey talk.
See you
next time. That's a cool last name. Kachuk. Bye. 123. It's pretty good.